fantastic day. This is Adamas Frey, and today I'm going to talk about the legendary cards that I think are undervalued in the set Divine Order. So let's get into it. The first card I want to talk about is Demetrios Playwright. So as you can see, he has a win rate of 57%, which is huge, and it's actually included in every Magic deck that I know. It's super powerful in turn 1 when you can just bag and put Demetrios on the board. And if it gets cleared, for instance, with the God Power of Magic or the God Power of Deception or any other card for 1 or 2 mana, it's actually beneficial for us because the opponents played a card to clear Demetrios, for instance, something 2 mana, and it averaged out the mana that we played because Demetrios is 2 mana. And the only thing that happens is we have a card, which is the final draft, in addition. So we have actually won in terms of cards advantage. And this card is absolutely insane. The final draft, deal 1 damage, draw 1 card for one mana. The value that it creates in terms of cards in hand is insane, and you can clear something that has 1 health instead of using your God Power. So I think this card is like mandatory for Magic decks. And as you can see on Token Trove, I think that it's only $13. So and it's actually the lowest it's ever been right now. Yeah, so I think it's a huge buying opportunity for everyone that plays Magic. And actually, if you just want to invest in this card, I hugely suggest to buy Demetrios. Second card I want to talk about is Einar the Frozen King. First of all, the card is good. 4/5 for 6 mana is actually quite a good body, considering the effect that it has. For 6 mana, when you put it on board, deal your strongest creature strength as damage to your opponent's weakest creature. So it's really, really good to clear the board of your opponent. And this card is actually used by a lot of top players. Sometimes when you go in Geodex and you watch the decks that has been used in Weekend Ranked by War players, actually Beefy War, many players play this card. And right now in Token Trove, this card is only $9. Well, it is so low because it was nerfed, because at the beginning the effect was not this. But you can see that it decreased a lot since December, from $30 to $8. And I do think that this card is undervalued. And for every player that want to play Control War, for instance, later in the game, this will be a thing for sure. Because right now, everyone that plays War plays an aggro deck. And in aggro decks, Einar is not good. But I think that when the meta will shift from maybe aggro to tempo or even control, I wouldn't mind. And I think it's possible. Einar will become much more valuable than it is right now. Third legendary that I think is undervalued in the Divine Order set is Lady Marcella. At the beginning, I wasn't too much convinced about this card. I thought that the fact that it summons 2 deadly creatures for your opponents was too strong. But actually, this card, I've been playing this card a lot, and I play Deception in Weekend Ranked. And this card is huge when you play against Nature or War, because the deadly that you summon, this one is a deadly, it's not written in the text, but it's deadly for 1/1, can clear so many creatures. And even if you summon 2 for your opponents, you can counter it with different cards, such as, for instance, the Bronze Gate that I play, or it's not working because it's the Divine. Yeah. The Bronze Gate, which is huge when you play with Lady Marcella. You have also the Guild Enforcer, of course. This cancels completely the 2 creatures that you summon for your opponents. You have also Umber Arrow, which is huge because then it's almost game winning when you play this card after Lady Marcella. Your opponent think that he will enjoy 2/1/1 with Deadly, and you play Umber Arrow, and you just shift the game with this card, so it's huge. And I think that right now Lady Marcella is really not expensive for the use and for the win rate that it has. It's only $14. It's actually starting to increase a bit. I think people realize that this card is really good. And if you know how to play it, it will win you a lot of games. The win rate right now is 56%, which is it's one of the top 10 legendary cards, and it has to be one of the least expensive cards in the set. I think the shadow version also should be a good opportunity because it's only 3 times the price of the meteorite one. But yeah, Lady Marcella, such a good card. I would strongly suggest that you understand how to play it, and because sometimes if you play it, it will be bad for you. So you need to know how to play and how not to play, and you will enjoy a lot of wins with Lady Marcella. The last but not least, Eva, Baroness of the Dead. This card is really undervalued right now. So the reason why it has the highest win rate, it's because it's played by board wipe death. So people that play actually wins a lot because board wipe death is so good. But right now we are in a meta in which people play aggro decks. So no one plays Eva, Baroness of the Dead, and that's why Eva is actually so cheap right now. As you can see, it's only $9, even though people win a lot with this card. And it's been decreasing, like right now it's the lowest it's ever been. So I think it's a huge buying opportunity. Why I consider this card is because when the meta will shift again to more tempo or control deck, and death players will have more opportunity to play other decks than zombie death, they will play this card. If someone plays a tempo or control deck which is not board wipe death, as a death player, they will play Eva, Baroness of the Dead. This card will be mandatory for people that wants to slow down the opponent. And 2/3 for 2 mana that transform a random creature into a zombie. I think it's huge in terms of tempo, in terms of slowing down your opponent. And this card will be mandatory in tempo decks. So for $9, I think it's a huge buying opportunity. And as you can see, I just bought 3 of them because I think it's a really good card. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you disagree with me, it's very much possible, but I would love to hear what you think about these cards. Another card that I didn't talk about right now is Triage, the Necromancer. So this is the bonus card. It's only $5. It's the lowest it's ever been. It's 5/5 for 5, but if you play, for instance, a Wild Hog in your deck, you put Triage on turn 4, and you have a 5/5 and a 2/3 on the board. It's huge. Again, it's not played because death players play zombie, which is way better right now, it has to be said. But when Anubian death will become a thing, and it will become a thing, I know that the GU team wants people to play the tribe, so Nether, Anubian, etc. When Anubian death will become a thing, this card will be huge, and buying it for $5 is insane. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please, if you disagree, let me know in the comments. I would love to discuss with you about what you think are undervalued cards in the Divine Order set. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Ciao!